What's up, everybody? This is an LAU or LAU Niteair fan. This is a model NA20P. The fan here dates to sometime, I would say, in the years 1950 to 1953 at the latest. It's a pretty old fan. Very unique fan as well. I'm not sure if you'll actually call this like a box fan or a window fan. It almost seems to be a crossbreed of the two, because it has its freestand. It's a freestanding fan, but it's mainly designed to look like a window fan. The fan's actually variable speed, which I find pretty unusual. It uses a rheostat solid state control, which gives the fan about a mid-range of variable speed from a slow low to a medium speed, and then there's really no in between the medium speed and the high. It seems like the resistance of the solid state control is actually a little bit too much for this motor to properly slow it down from high to a low setting in a full range. It's only like a mid-range, and you'll see what I mean when I demonstrate this fan. But otherwise, it's a pretty unique fan. The color on the fan is actually not original. The original color would have been a light gray, very similar to what the badge color is there in the middle, that light gray finish. Someone in probably, I'd say as early as the late 60s, probably painted it this aqua green color, which looks pretty good. They actually did a pretty good job on it, so I'm not really too worried about restoring it back to original. You know, there is, as you can see, it has its fair share of surface rust from age, but otherwise it's not really too bad of a shape. So I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate it in this position so you don't get any wind noise. The fan blows out the back. This is basically has oriented like a window fan, where you stick this in the window. It has an exhaust only fan, and then the air blows outside. This knob here is not original. I think it's like an off of a range. The original knob would have been some sort of plastic. So this is set to its very low speed on the solid state control, and then the motor does buzz a little bit from it, but otherwise it's a very quiet fan. I mean, it's hard to hear with the furnace running in the background, but it's got a pretty nice slow low speed. I mean, if this thing was in a room across the house, it would, if you had the windows open, it would be pretty quiet. You would probably barely hear it. We'll turn it up a little bit. The motor on this fan is a universal 1/15 horsepower motor. Pretty bulky motor. This one, I don't think this is what, this is one of the earlier LAU fans. There's even models similar in design, but they were older than this one, from about the mid to late 40s. It's probably when LAU started offering fans. The Niteair was mainly their window fan line. Back in the first generation, they had portable as the name instead of Niteair. And for the window fan line, they had direct driven like this, and they also had belt and pulley driven, which of course was a quieter fan than these direct drive ones. Turn it up a little bit more. I'm pretty sure this is probably the max as it goes on the variable speed. And then if I turn it anymore, it'll just go straight to high. Yeah, I'm sure this design was LAU's first design before they actually came out with legit box fans like you like or like most people are most familiar with. It's a pretty cool design. And there is the high speed. The fan runs really well for its age. Fairly quiet too. The rattling sound you hear is just something on my workbench there. The fan itself is really quiet. I'm going to power it off here. Let it spin down real quick. And we'll give you a startup to high speed, just so you can hear the startup. And there's not really much of a startup sound to it, but I'll go ahead and demonstrate it anyway. Then I'll show you the back side of the fan, give you a better look at the fan blade. Hefty thing. Probably weighs upwards of 30 pounds. Most of that weight's in the motor. Like I said, it's a real beefy motor. The fan blade on the fan is aluminum. Or aluminum wings anyway. Hub's all steel. But I believe even back then the fan blade was painted gray. It wasn't like polished, bare polished aluminum. So there you have it, folks. There was the LAU NA20P Niteair window fan from the early 50s. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And as always, we'll be seeing you next time.